Have you ever caught your cat staring at you in complete silence and wondered what's actually going through their head? Most people assume it's nothing, that their cat has just zoned out or is silently judging them from across the room. But here's what you need to know. That stare isn't empty. It's one of the most emotionally loaded moments in your entire relationship with your cat. 1. They're measuring your emotional temperature. You probably think they're just staring blankly. Maybe you even look away because it feels awkward or a little unsettling. But when your cat locks eyes with you in silence, they're not zoning out. They're reading you. A study from the University of Lincoln in 2016 found that cats are highly attuned to human facial expressions and can distinguish between emotional states with surprising accuracy. Your cat isn't guessing how you feel. They're scanning your face, your posture, your energy, and they're deciding whether you're calm, stressed, sad, or safe. Most people have no idea this is happening. They assume their cat is just being weird or aloof, but the truth is, your cat is performing an emotional assessment that most humans wouldn't even notice. And they're doing it every single time they stare at you. So the next time you catch that silent gaze and feel the urge to look away, remember this: that stare is your cat reading you with more emotional precision than most humans ever will. 2. They're deciding whether you're safe right now. Here's the thing most cat owners get wrong. They think prolonged eye contact with a cat is aggressive or uncomfortable, so they break it. They glance away, they shift in their seat, they move on with their day. And in doing so, they just failed a test they didn't even know they were taking. In the wild, a cat only holds eye contact with something they're either hunting or something they're afraid of. But in your home, with you, it means something entirely different. When your cat stares at you in silence, they're not challenging you. They're checking in. They're asking, are you still the same person I trusted yesterday? Are you calm? Are you present? Are you safe? And every time you hold their gaze calmly, without lunging toward them, without talking at them, without breaking the moment, you're proving something. You're showing them that you're not a threat, that you're steady, that you're their safe person. Most people don't realize that breaking eye contact too quickly can actually register as uncertainty to a cat. It tells them you're uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable, maybe they should be too. 3. There. Replaying every interaction you've ever had. You might think your cat lives purely in the moment, that they've forgotten the time you raised your voice last week, or the afternoon you ignored them when they wanted to play, or the morning you rushed past them without saying hello. But cats have long-term memory that's far more sophisticated than most people give them credit for. When your cat stares at you in silence, they're not just seeing you as you are right now. They're cross-referencing you. They're pulling up every pattern, every tone of voice, every moment of consistency or inconsistency you've ever shown them. And they're deciding whether this version of you matches the one they've learned to trust. That's why some cats will stare longer at owners who've been away for a while, or after a stressful event, or when something in the household has changed. They're recalibrating. They're running you through their internal database and checking whether you're still you. And if you think that's intense, wait until we get to number 6, because there's one thing your cat does during that stare that you've probably been taking for granted your entire life. 4. They're waiting to see if you'll initiate connection. Most people assume that if their cat wants attention, they'll come over and ask for it. So when their cat just sits there staring, they do nothing. They stay passive. They wait for the cat to make the first move. But here's what's really happening. Your cat is handing you an invitation. That silent stare is them saying, I'm here. I'm available. I'm open. Now let's see what you do with that. Cats are not dogs. They don't beg for your attention. They offer you a moment, and then they wait to see if you're perceptive enough to take it. If you ignore it, they'll eventually walk away. And next time, they might not offer it at all. But if you respond, if you slow blink back, if you speak softly, if you extend a hand without rushing toward them, you're telling them something powerful. You're saying, I see you. I'm here too. And that changes everything. Because your cat isn't just waiting for affection, they're waiting to see if you're emotionally present enough to meet them where they are. 5. They're testing whether you speak their language. Here's where most people mess it up. They see their cat staring, and they immediately fill the silence. They start talking. They make kissy noises. They get up and walk over. And in doing so, they break the entire moment. Because silence is your cat's native language. It's how they communicate safety, presence, and trust. When you rush to fill that silence with noise or movement, you're essentially telling your cat that you don't understand them, that you're not fluent. A cat who stares at you in silence is giving you one of the highest compliments they can offer. They're saying, I trust you enough to just be here with you. No performance, no transaction, just presence. And if you can sit in that silence with them, if you can hold their gaze without needing to do anything, say anything, or fix anything, you're proving that you speak their language. You're showing them that you're not just another human who needs constant stimulation. You're someone who understands that sometimes the deepest connection happens in the quiet. And if that resonates with you, if you've ever felt like you're finally starting to understand your cat on a level you didn't think was possible, subscribe. Because we're building a community of people who actually want to know what their cats are thinking. And there's a lot more where this came from. 6. They're deciding whether to give you the slow blink or withhold it. You've probably seen your cat do it. That slow, deliberate blink that feels like a tiny gesture of affection. Most people think it's automatic. A reflex. Something cats just do when they're relaxed. But it's not. The slow blink is a choice. And that silent stare, that's the moment before your cat decides whether you've earned it. Research from the University of Sussex in 2020 found that cats use the slow blink as a form of positive communication with humans, but only when they feel safe and emotionally connected. It's not something they give freely. It's a verdict. And that stare is the deliberation. Your cat is watching you. They're reading your energy. They're measuring your calm. And then they're deciding, does this person deserve my trust right now? If the answer is yes, you'll get the slow blink. If it's no, they'll just keep staring. Or worse, they'll look away. And here's the part that hurts. Most people have no idea this is even happening. They've been receiving slow blinks for years and assumed it meant nothing. But every single one was earned. Every single one was your cat telling you, right now, in this moment, I feel safe with you. And that's not something to take lightly. 7. They're memorizing this version of you. You probably think this moment is ordinary. Just another afternoon. Just another Tuesday. Your cat is sitting across the room staring at you, and you're half paying attention while you scroll or work or exist. But here's what's actually happening. Your cat is locking this in. They're memorizing this exact version of you. Your mood, your energy, the way you're sitting, the way you're breathing, the way you're showing up right now. Because to your cat, you are not a constant. You are a collection of moments. And in this one, they are studying you like you are the most important thing in the world. Because to them, you are. Cats don't have dozens of relationships. They don't have a wide social circle or a packed schedule. They have you. And when they stare at you in silence, They are taking a snapshot of who you are in that exact second, not who you were yesterday, not who you'll be tomorrow, but who you are right now. And they're filing it away. They're building a living, breathing record of every version of you they've ever known. So the next time your cat stares at you and you feel the urge to look away or move on or dismiss it as nothing, stop. Because that stare isn't empty. It's full. And you've been standing in front of one of the most intimate gestures in the animal kingdom without even realizing it.